Hi everyone, Mackie79 here and welcome to this new deck tech video of Magic Duels. The deck that I will be showing you guys today is the Conflux Superfriends deck, and it's actually not a very new one because actually it's my old Conflux deck. I had that one since the beginning of Magic Duels, so since Origins, which is like a year back now I guess. Anyway, I had that deck since then and I always wanted to make a Planeswalker deck of it. And now the day has finally come, so I'm going to do a quick deck tech video of it to update it. And let's check it out. So the first card that we play are two copies of Oath of Nissa. Pretty damn strong enchantment, especially when you got it in your opening hand. Pretty awesome, because when Oath of Nissa enters the battlefield, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature, a land or a planeswalker and put one of those in your hand, into your hand. Then the rest goes to the bottom of your library, blah blah blah, you all know that one. And then the best ability, of course, you get to spend mana as it was of any color for planeswalkers. And yeah, that's pretty damn good because you don't have to worry about fixing your mana anymore as long as this one is on the battlefield. So that's the reason why I play the 2 copies, because that's a pretty neat ability, and especially we're playing 5 colors, so yeah, great value card in this deck. Then I still play the 3 copies of Fog. I think this is a great card to protect your planeswalkers or yourself in a cheap way. If you play a planeswalker and you can't do a board wipe immediately because you haven't got enough mana, for example, then this one can solve that problem in a cheap way until you can board wipe the turn after. Pretty strong card in this type of decks, and I don't think I've seen these in planeswalkers decks before, but it works well for me. Then Oath of Chandra. This is an oath that I only play 1 copy of, not because it's a bad card, but it isn't as good as Nissa's one. And when this one enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target creature an opponent controls. So early game this is okay, you can get rid of an annoying creature. And at the end step, you get to deal 2 damage to each opponent if a planeswalker entered the battlefield under your control that turn. Now that second ability isn't that awesome either, but it helps you to control enemy planeswalkers actually, because you can redirect that damage, that 2 damage, to a planeswalker. And if you don't have an immediate solution to a planeswalker, because yeah, we don't play a lot of creatures to attack them, or we don't play any burn to burn them, so yeah, the solutions to enemy planeswalkers aren't that many. We do have them, but sometimes we have to wait for them. And the Oath of Chandra keeps them under control. Then still 3 copies of Telling Time. Of course we want to search for solutions and planeswalkers and all other kind of neat stuff, so we use Telling Time to do that. We all know this one. We look at the top 3 cards of our library. 1 goes to our hand, 1 to the top, and 1 to the bottom of our library. Still one of my favorite cards. Then another favorite of mine, still Nissa, the old one. One of the few creatures that I play, but of course I wanna flip her to the Sage Animist, which is still a great planeswalker. Now the Oath of Gideon, also 2 copies just like Nissa's, because when he enters the battlefield we get 2 1/1 creature tokens, so we can chump block and can defend ourselves a little bit to stall the game. And the second ability is pretty damn great too, because every planeswalker of us that enters the battlefield gets an additional loyalty counter. Now that's an awesome ability because yeah, obviously the planeswalker, the closer they are to their ultimate ability, the faster we win the game. Then Oath of Jace. Uh, Still like it, but I only play one copy of it. I think it's enough. His first ability is pretty good. We get to draw 3 cards when he enters the battlefield, and we have to discard 2. So we can filter our hand a bit, get the things that we need, and drop the things that we don't need. And then we get to scry for the number of planeswalkers we control, which isn't bad either. Of course we need planeswalkers, but yeah, there's a problem with all the oaths. But with his first ability he helps you get you find one, and with his second ability, yeah, you can scry, which is always a great ability. But I only play one copy. Then Natural Connection. I love the way they make this card instant speed. I love to play this at my opponent's end turn. For 3 mana we get to fix our mana. Awesome card, and absolutely need to play this in a 5-color deck. Then Anguished Unmaking, 3 mana, 1 white, 1 black. At instant speed we get to exile a target non-land permanent and we lose 3 life. Now the 3 life we're happy to pay that, because this is, in my opinion, the best spot removal available in Duels for the moment. It's better than Declaration in Stone or whatever. This one is the best spot removal. You get to exile everything except if it's a land. Every problem can be solved with this card. Then Call the Gatewatch. For 3 mana, 1 white, we get to search our library for a planeswalker. So actually it's a tutor, and a pretty damn good one too. Not too expensive. I think the cost is just right. And yeah, if you want to play a specific planeswalker to solve something, or just because you like him, you can call the Gatewatch. And yeah, we do play a lot of Gatewatch members, so it shouldn't be a problem finding one. Then Radiant Flames, of course we want to maintain the battlefield, we want to keep control of it, don't want him to get too crazy with his creatures, so we need to keep it in check. And Radiant Flames does that perfectly, especially early game. Still like this one. Then another Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. Nice planeswalker for 3 mana. She can stall the game by putting out 1/0 green plant creature tokens. Her -2 ability, we won't be using that a lot because we don't play many creatures. So usually we try to build her up and use her last ability to gain some life and draw some cards. Pretty damn good planeswalker for its cost. Then Languish, same reason as the Radiant Flames here, to control the battlefield. Pretty obvious, I guess. Then Gideon, ally of Zendikar, we all know this one. For 4 mana we get a pretty great planeswalker. We can go on the beatdown with this one, or we can defend ourselves with some tokens. The last ability we won't be using it. Then Nahiri, the Harbringer. Yeah, I think this is one of the best planeswalkers out there actually, because it's very all around. You get 3 abilities that are all great. The first one lets you filter your hand. You don't have to do it, but you can do it. You can also use a +2 ability and do nothing just to get her up. Then the -2 controls the board perfectly. You can get rid of everything. And then the last ability, you can get to search your library for an artifact or creature card and it gains haste, and you can beat your opponent with it, and then it goes back to your hand. So yeah, that's a great ability too. Love this card, really love it, and I guess many people do, because she sees a lot of play. Then Planar Outburst, another card to contain the battlefield, to get rid of all those annoying creatures. Then Jace, also pretty great card to control everything. We get to draw cards, and before we draw that card we scry one, so we go too deep, or we can go too deep. Second ability, we can bounce something back, either a creature of our own or an opponent's creature, it doesn't matter which one. And the last ability, yeah, if we can get that emblem, your opponent isn't going to do much anymore because his first spell is always countered. Then Ob Nixilis, also a great control card. We all know him. We draw a card, or we destroy a creature, or we get a game-winning emblem. Then the Greenwarden of Murasa, one of the few creatures that I play, and with good reason, because with this one we can get anything back from our graveyard, doesn't matter which card. And he does that when he enters the battlefield, so great synergy with Nahiri here, her ultimate ability. And when he dies he can do it again, but we want to be careful with that, because obviously we want to abuse his first ability a few times if we can. Now if we really need it, we going to use it, of course, because finally they fixed the bug, so we might as well use it. And then Chandra, Flamecaller, a win condition on her own. She goes on the beatdown like Gideon a bit. You can filter your entire hand and draw an extra card on top of it, or you can wipe the board. Yeah, I guess this is one of the most favorite planeswalker out there for the moment. Many people play it, and with good reason. It's a great one. Best version of Chandra ever, by the way. Then Sorin, Grim Nemesis, another strong planeswalker. For 6 mana you get a planeswalker that gives card advantage with his first ability, controls creatures or planeswalkers with his second, and yeah, his last one, to be honest, I haven't used it yet. He only needs the first 2, so awesome card. Then Emeria Sheperd. It's might seem weird playing this, but yeah, she can bring back planeswalkers or the Greenwarden of Murasa. So yeah, there's a reason why I play her, actually, to get some stuff back out of the graveyard. Also great synergy with Nahiri, by the way. If you can get to search her with Nahiri's last ability, play a land, and she goes back saving your hand. So yeah, pretty great in this deck. Then the mana base, yeah, no doubt that that's the most difficult of the entire deck. I think I got it right about now, so didn't change a lot of it, few things. So I play 2 plains, 1 island, 2 swamps, 1 mountain, 2 forests, 2 canopy vistas, 2 prairie streams, 2 1 woodland cemetery, 1 drowned catacomb, 1 rootbound crag, 1 clifftop retreat, 2 hinterland harbor, 1 isolated chapel, 1 sulfur falls, 2 glacial fortresses, and 2 some petal groves. And that's the deck. So I hope you guys like this. The Conflux deck is a little bit my firstborn child with the duels, and this is what it is today, and it will probably evolve in the future. I really like to play it, not dropping it soon. So yeah, hope you guys like it too. See you guys at the gameplay video. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.